Imagine looking for your next furry friend and you come across an advertisement where you proceed to meet up with the breeder. You take your pick of the litter of any cute, adorable puppy or kitten, and you're on your way. Thousands of people have experienced this exact moment, just as thousands of female cats and dogs have been overbred and dropped off at already overly crowded shelters. We tend to forget about these abandoned pets, and once they're no longer profitable, they're often left at shelters where they're also left with health problems. Today, I hope to persuade you to accompany the many that have started to adopt instead of shopping for their new furry family friends. The Senior Vice President of the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, Gail Botchwald, reported on October 10, 2012, that there are 3 to 4 million dogs living in shelters nationwide who would make a fantastic addition to anybody's family. All they need is a second chance. The amount of dogs in shelters is despairing, and this pressing issue needs more attention. First, I will tell you about the animals occupying these overcrowded shelters. Next, I will inform you on the drawbacks of shopping for pets. Finally, I will tell you of all the benefits that come with adopting a new furry new friend from a shelter. Let's begin by laying out the problems with overcrowded shelters. Shelters that are put in place to help these animals are now overflowing. The first and most obvious problem is overcrowding. Philadelphia Tribune elaborates on February 4th, 2011, how ACCT statistics about 30,000 unwanted dogs and cats pass through the shelter every year. People believe that the animals occupying these shelters are either damaged or suffer from behavioral issues, which prevents them from being adopted. A majority of these animals being abandoned each year are actually owner surrenders, which stem from changes in income, time, and housing, such as moving. By properly educating individuals and vetting them prior to adopting, we can not only change their mindsets, but also provide animals with safe, stable homes. The second problem with animals not being adopted is that the surplus amount of animals that aren't adopted experience euthanasia. According to the Animal Legal and Historical, 56% of dogs and 71% of cats that enter animal shelters are euthanized. Breeders are adding to the statistics in the way that they are not only preventing adoptions from happening, but they are also adding their female and male dogs that can no longer breed into these shelters. In order for euthanasia to continue being solely used for humane reasons, such as aging and illnesses, these animals need to find homes. Shelters are flooded with unwanted dogs such as pit bulls and Rottweilers, and assumptions are being made of how these breeds are, which prevents them from being adopted. According to the Philadelphia Tribune on February 4th, 2011, some dogs breeds such as pit bulls or Rottweilers are considered truly dangerous by 28% of American pet owners. Adequate amounts of time, training, and patience and learning from both ends can make a big difference in shelter animals' behavior. Now that we have debunked common misinterpretations of shelter animals, let's investigate the disadvantages that come from shopping for a pet. Puppy mills and breeders are even more accessible than before through online access such as websites. Kim Still stated in 2013, more than 50% of the puppies sold at these pet shops are likely to develop genetic defects due to poor breeding practices, lack of early vetting, and poor nutrition. Pure breeds are more prone to health problems and don't live as long as regular dogs. People should adopt shelter dogs because this will not only allow their pet to live longer, but in the long run, save them money and heartache. The cost of pets adds up, which can contribute to the owner surrender rate shelters experience, as well as accidental puppies and kittens. According to Kim Still, she stated in 2013, we select several dogs a month that can be sponsored by us or the community. We pay the adoption fee, the seniors or military news pet fee. Animals that are not spayed or neutered can produce up to 6 litters, and vaccines or vet appointments can also be very pricey. When you adopt a pet from a shelter, spay and neutering costs, as well as vaccines and other services, are normally provided for little to no cost to the new owners, which is very beneficial. And now that we have discussed the disadvantages, let's discuss more benefits that come with adopting a shelter animal. The adoption process in shelters can seem as lengthy for some, but this is put in place so that shelters can thoroughly assess whether or not the animal is a right fit for you in your home. This can either delay adoption process or halt it altogether. When you are patient with the process, you're able to get background information on the animal's behavior as well as its likes and dislikes. Workers can also become more aware of the best suitable homes for these animals. According to ASPCA, on October 10, 2012, only 20 to 30% of cats and dogs are adopted from shelters and rescue groups. The rest are typically from pet stores or breeders. Shelters are now primarily helping save abandoned pets and owner surrenders. According to the Humane Society of New York, October 10, 2012, a rigorous adoption process with no same-day placements to ensure the right animal is placed with the right owner. Applications are now being done to help narrow down and find correct matches. This rules out the responsible, stable owners from the unreliable ones. It also ensures that the animal is the right fit for a new owner and your home and vice versa. Today, I hope to persuade you to adopt a shelter animal instead of buying one. I discussed the overcrowding of shelters, gave information about the disadvantages of buying from breeders or puppy mills, and I provided insightful information of the benefits that come with adopting animals. If you can make a difference in these animals' lives and provide a loving and caring home, why not adopt?